some things about them. We'll do some Pumpkins trivia. Other of it's going to be silly, dumb stuff. But between the combination of the two, you can get yourself to the show on Saturday night, right around the corner here at the Romo Fijo. It's the Jane's Addiction's supposed to be back, by the way. They had Perry Farrell got hurt. They canceled 5 dates. And so the plan is for them to make their triumphant return here in Cleveland on Saturday night. Pumpkins, Jane's Addiction, and Meg Myers. So I got a bunch of lower bowl tickets to give away. We're also going to be out there looking for you in your buzzard wear. Show us your buzzard. If you're at the show, Bill's going to be walking around, upgrading people to the floor, right?
Yeah.
You'll find people in buzzard wear.
Yep.
And you'll put them down on the floor.
Say, hey,
Will you whisper to them like that?
Don't be a creep.
Does it happen?
It's,
I want him to do it.
I don't want to get...
Hey, come here.
I think that's a good way to do it.
I got something for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show you something.
That might be the way he does it.
Do you trust me?
Do you want to get hooked up? Do you want to get on the floor with me? Hey, you a bitch. Mm-hmm.
Try that. So Bill will be walking around, and he won't be the only one, I don't think. I think Rob might be there, too.
Rob and I will be there. Yeah.
Upgrading people to the floor.
Do you kiss with the right amount of wet?
Come on.
Just imagine how he talks to the girls. That's how he approaches the guys. So, yeah, if now, will that happen all before the show, or will it happen at various points?
We're going to do it once between Meg Myers and Jane's
whoever
Addiction,
goes on first.
and then add between Jane's Addiction and Pumpkins. Because I imagine Meg Myers is going first.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Because it would be fun to do that with 2 songs left in the whole show.
Yeah. That's the best time.
Hey, you want to go down to the floor?
You might make it if you hurry.
You'll
want to go to the floor?
There's 8 minutes left.
You'll only see 2 songs. It will take you longer to get back out to your car. It's a win-win. You'll be sitting there waiting to get out forever.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you wear your buzzard stuff.
There you go.
That's the idea.
So we're looking for people in buzzard wear at the show, but I'll have some tickets here shortly. We'll weigh Poundcake a little bit later on. Thursdays is when he gets his weekly weigh-in.
He's looking skinny.
He's looking good. His hair looks different, too. Did you get a haircut?
I did get a haircut. I tried to get something different. After 30 years, I'm like, all right, well, maybe I'll try getting the sides trimmed and leave a little bit on the top. So that's what I did.
I think that looks great, and
it's a good look.
I've been suggesting that for a while, and I'm glad you finally did it. And I think you got that done over the weekend because I think I texted you Monday when the cameras came on. I go, "Ooh, hey, your hair looks good."
Right. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to get the top to get longer so that I can like swoop it back so you guys will see what I used to look like in high school
I'm
when I used
excited for it, especially with you losing weight. Your jawline's really starting to come back through. You're gonna be a handsome boy.
I just didn't get a chance to experiment with different hairstyles because I don't trust certain barbers. I've been going to my brother's barber and then like another barber that my brother suggested. Because I think that shop that I used to go to closed down.
Yeah, but I think they all understand keep it short on the sides and long on the top.
But it's not their comfort level. Of course, they're a barber. It's my comfort level. If I don't feel comfortable with them doing it, I don't want them to do it.
But why would you feel uncomfortable with a barber?
Because
what I'm saying is you don't have complex directions.
I understand that, but I just might not like it. Certain barbers cut certain ways, and it just does. I feel
you didn't want a lightning bolt in the side.
No.
You want a high top fade?
No. Rapish had my stuff on point.
What a great name for a barber, Rapish.
I'll cut your hair, bud.
Yeah, let Bill do it.
No.
Come on, he knows what he's doing. Did you hear the way he was whispering? He knows what he's doing. Let him in there and just take a little off the sides.
You want it short on the sides.
Do they do your brows too?
Long on the top.
Did my brows, did my beard.
The right amount of wet.
Did they use the right amount of wet?
No.
Oh.
They could have used a little more. Although I did see someone get arrested like outside of my barbershop. I was like, that's how I know I'm in the hood. I just pulled up, parked on the side of the street, and then there was like an undercover cop that pulled up behind this car and just like arrested the guy, like pulled him out. They must have been watching that dude because they just pulled him out and just hands behind his back and then hauled him off.
Was it for a barber-influenced crime?
No, I don't know. This was across the street from the barbershop.
What do you mean, like Barberside?
Yes, that's right. Bill Squire, who is appearing
High and Dry tonight.
High and Dry comedy. Free show in Tremont. What time?
8. 8 p.m.
All
It's
right.
going to be a good one.
Winter hours.
We got some out-of-towners stopping through I'm excited about.
Oh, yeah?
Who?
Like
Name
homeless
names.
people and drifters and things?
Those are vagrants.
Michaela,
Hitchhikers?
That's her name. Chloe Michaela and Chanel Hughes. And they come from the great state of somewhere.
The great state of somewhere. They have come into town to ply their wares in front of an unsuspecting Ohio audience.
But these are people that they know our friend Dwayne, who people think is Poundcake all the time. And they're coming through town to do a college show, which Mary knows those can be the best shows.
Greatest show you'll ever do.
So,
What college are they performing?
I don't know what college they're performing at. I just know they wanted to do time on my show, and I was like, absolutely, because it'll probably be more fun to do my show
Yes.
than the college show.
Yes, it will.
And your show pays better, too.
No.
Pays me better.
Oh, come on.
No, it doesn't. Your show doesn't pay you better than a college gig
Considering I don't have to go anywhere,
or do
and
anything.
it's every single week, it pays really well.
I guess that's true.
Well, I meant the other comic.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Hey, if you listen to us on iHeartRadio from outside Ohio, tell me where you do that. Aaron is our bureau chief in Dublin, California. He relocated across the country. He used to be at one of our BCs in Maryland, and now he's out in California. Kevin's in Miami. Amanda listens in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Who are the new ones? Steve listens in China Grove, North Carolina. Kyle's in Gladwin, Michigan, and Brody is out in Oak Harbor, Washington. Kanye is not having a good week. Stansbury and I were talking about this at the very end of his show. Kanye is still just getting. He's having a hard time righting the ship, as it were.
Can I just do a bit real quick though, where I pretend to be jealous of you and Stansbury talking?
Pretend.
Yeah.
Quote.
Yeah, go ahead.
Stansbury was talking about that. Ever since you started talking to Stansbury, I feel like you don't even want to talk to us anymore. Okay.
That's it. He's doing a bit over here.
And bit.
Pretty good. And scene. Right.
And that way the people that hate the show can speculate. And they'd be like, oh, they're just getting ready to pair Alan and Stansbury together because they don't want Bill anymore. Have at it, Reddit.
Well, right. That's what they wanted 12 years ago. Alan, 5 people got shot at that barber shop last week on State Road. Is that where you go, Cody?
Yeah.
It is or no?
No, I don't go
No.
there.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what that barber shop on State Road is. Then.
Yeah, I was how do you know? What
I don't know. But anyway, Kanye got escorted off the premises by security at the Skechers corporate headquarters. I guess he's just randomly trying to walk into places and have conversations with people. I don't know what's happening there.
You cannot be here, sir.
Sir, you are Kanye West, all right? You know your reputation. You can't. So he got turned away at the Skechers headquarters. I assume he wanted them to change their S logo to SS. But they were like, nope, can't be here. Manhattan Beach, so a hoity and toity part of L.A. And they said that he was engaged in unauthorized filming.
I feel like it would sound fancier because like hoity-toity, like adding a Y at the end makes it sound juvenile.
Mm-hmm.
So it should
Hoit
be
toit.
hoitus-toitus.
Oh.
Hoitus interruptus
Yes.
is what happened with him.
Hoitus. That sounds much fancier, in my opinion.
Sounds like hocus pocus.
And the trouble is, when Kanye shows up at your place, you have to put out a press release saying we have nothing to do with Kanye West.
He's not our guy.
Nope.
Right.
Skechers is not considering and has no intention of working with Kanye West.
We should all declare our intentions not to work with Kanye West just to get out of the way.
Right. Just post on Instagram. Hey,
No,
guys.
I think right now. If we do it now.
Okay.
If you have the balls to do it, Alan.
I won't say that. No,
You won't.
if Kanye wanted to be on the show, I would have him on the show.
I didn't say have him on the show. I said work with him. If he wanted to put sneakers out with you, would you put sneakers out with him?
Dude, I want some Yeezys.
They
I
are
bet they're
so
discounted.
ugly.
No, they're not.
Yes,
they're
they
not.
are.
They're
Did
not.
you-
They are
Who-
like the most hideous looking shoes.
Somebody
They're
made the
not
joke.
good looking
All of them.
shoes.
Somebody made the joke. It might have been Colbert made the joke that now if you want Yeezys, just microwave some Crocs.
Seriously, these things are
that's okay.
hideous.
Not all of them are like that though. They're the
They are.
original.
Yeah,
shoe.
my son got like some OG Yeezys, but they just look like a shoe. They look
A
better than
sock.
these monstrosities,
They're
but they just look like
Yeah,
giant
they look like a
socks.
sock with a piece of rubber on the bottom. These things are not attractive
Yes, they
shoes.
are.
They're a status symbol.
You just can't afford them.
I could afford them. If I wanted to go buy a pair of Yeezys, I could. But they are so dumb.
Yeah,
They
they're
are
not
so
attractive
dumb.
shoes.
So does that
They make
mean-
those Steph Curry shoes look awesome.
I've never bought Yeezys. I'm not a fan
No.
of Yeezys. And I
people-
will not make shoes with Kanye.
And people buy them just so they can flip them on like sneakerhead sites.
Yeah.
No,
That's
they're-
why they buy them.
They're so cool.
They're not.
They're so cool.
I feel like Poundcake's trolling you at
I
this
don't
point.
care. Even if he isn't. If he wins the bet and loses the weight and I pay him $200 and he comes in with some clearance ass Yeezys.
Oh,
Clearance ass Yeezys.
There aren't any clearance ass Yeezys
Well, there's
now.
some on here, $162, $107. This is like
Where?
goat.com. I
Those are
typed in
used.
Yeezys.
Anything on that's that low on Goat is going to be
I don't know
used.
what goat is.
It's
but,
a sneaker resale app.
okay.
And so if it's
It
that
doesn't
low,
say used.
It stands for
well, you also have to find what size.
stands for greatest of all toes.
$146. It's these nasty looking like microwave Crocs. And then there was a sneaker for
Oh,
let's see
which one.
$164 Yeezy Boost. This nasty ass.
Those are the Adidas
Blech.
shoes.
What
Adidas
size?
just
Foam runners.
Adidas just
Let me see.
broke off
I
with them.
can't.
Those Boost shoes
Put
are
your
comfy.
feet down.
No, I can't.
Yeah, those are ugly.
That makes me
I don't like
uncomfortable.
any of the Yeezys.
A size 4 is $174.
right.
Well, I was reading
You have
the-
to go to adult sizes to
Oh.
see how much they're going to cost.
I was reading that Google searches for "sell my Yeezys" have gone through like 500% in
Okay, what
search
size do you wear?
frequency.
10 or 11. I can fit either.
Men's Yeezy size.
10.
They've also removed Kanye from Madame Tussauds Wax Figure Museum. The exhibit there, I think the one in Vegas, they have them all over the place. There's like one in Nashville that's
Yeah, any
got
tourist place.
Waylon Jennings in front of the General Lee. You know, they got that.
$128.
Okay, that's
Stock
not bad.
X. I don't know what that is.
That's a sneaker
they said
resale
that they're-
site, too.
Retiring the Kanye figure. It had been the Kim and Kanye with her taking a selfie of them. That was the Madame Tussauds exhibit between the two of them. And they've removed him from that because he's been dropped by everybody else. And Madame Tussauds, which used to be you want to talk about status symbol, that used to be a real big deal when Madame Tussauds would make a thing of you. Now it seems like they do one for everyone.
Those
because
are
the-
the slides.
They don't have any for us.
I think globally recognizable people. And some of them,
We have bureau chiefs all over.
I think some of them, they don't really nail the face. Kanye and Kim, they got pretty well. I mean, listen, you call her doctor and say, give me the schematics or whatever, and you just replicate them. But they got the Kanye and Kim looking pretty good. So they said that his wax figure has been retired from the floor to their archive. So, boy, what you can't even. He's still streaming, though. You know,
Yeah.
he can still make a nickel every month. Nobody's pulling him from that. But, yeah, things are not going well for him. He also said that he lost $2 billion in one day. I don't know.
He likes to
yeah.
jump up his worth.
Right. Well, that's what liars
Yeah.
do, is they tell you they're worth way more than they could possibly be. But, yeah. So, I don't know. I feel bad for those kids. Because, boy, when your dad gets kicked out of Skechers, you know, I mean, that's probably a step down, too. I mean, Skechers seems to be like the land of, like, Howie Longs and Terry Bradshaws, you know, like super comfy dad sneakers.
Yeah, my mom.
My wife told me she would
likes
divorce me
Skechers.
if I wore Skechers. Your mom wears Skechers?
You don't
She
like
did.
them?
She had the shape ups.
I was like, I had the shape ups.
Yeah, she's like, I got the shape ups. I'm gonna.
Did she
get a
stop wearing
booty.
them when Kanye showed up to their
Yeah, she stopped
headquarters?
wearing them years ago because those were like 10, 12 years ago.
Like ankle
Ah.
busters too, though. The whole point was like, oh, this shoe creates instability, so that your legs have to work harder. That will also snap your ankles because you are
Yeah.
working.
That's what I want in a
Uns-
shoe is
What was the-
instability.
Remember the shoes that Jimmy wore so he could dunk in
Don't
Seinfeld?
touch Jimmy. That's right.
Yeah, they were like these big platforms, and that way you'd always be walking on your toes,
Mhm.
so that you'd get really strong calves and you could jump and dunk.
Jump super, super high.
Mhm.
And then George tried to sell them, and everybody laughed at him.
Brian was saying that at the game yesterday. He's like, I could play basketball. I'm 6'1". I was like, that is like
The smallest guy here.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, do you remember Boobie Gibson being 6'1" and everyone talking about how short he was? He goes, yeah, but I got hops. I said, you do not.
I got hops.
You cannot jump. He's all right. Well, maybe I'm not a great jumper or runner, but I can play basketball.
I'm a great rebounder.
It's like, what do you
I could be
want
under
to
the
do?
hoop and scoop it up like the worm.
What do you got there?
These?
Yeah.
These are Jimmy's training shoes.
Yeah. I've seen these things. What are they? They make your legs stronger.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy couldn't jump at all before he got these. Jimmy was like you.
They're plyometric.
Plyometric.
Yeah, they isolate the muscles. The muscle has to grow or die.
Where you go?
Jimmy sells them.
You sell them?
Oh, yeah. But Jimmy's all out right now. Moving to Manhattan set Jimmy back a bit.
Yep, there you go. Set Jimmy back a bit. Moving to Manhattan. Plyometrics. You want instability in your shoes.
Is the whole bit with that guy how annoying it is that he calls himself Jimmy? Because even that short clip made me want to die.
That's one of the threads through that episode. The other one
hate
is
it.
Kramer gets Novocaine and ends up wearing the shoes, and they think that he's mentally
Oh, I
challenged.
remember that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mel Torme sings to him. Kanye also has a school, by the way. He has a school called the Donda Academy, named after his mother. That school has closed. Costs $15,000 a year to go there.
That's quick. How did it close that fast? Isn't there not even
You
done
can
one
close a
semester?
school. I mean,
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. You can close anything.
If everyone has like their tuition paid for, don't you have to go? Like teachers have
They
contracts?
closed schools over the pandemic immediately.
Yeah, they just shut it down.
This is just an unaccredited Christian school that he named
That-
after his mom.
You had to sign an NDA to go to.
Yeah.
What do you mean you had to sign an NDA to go to?
You had to sign a non-disclosure agreement to go to his dumb school.
Because they didn't want leaks about what was
What
going
they
on there.
teach.
They don't even have like the location secret too.
They had,
So it's weird.
I assumed it was in Chicago, but I bet it's not.
I think it's LA.
They had 100 students and 13 full-time teachers,
Wow.
and it has been closed for the remainder of the school year.
And the uniforms were by Balenciaga.
So if
They were all brown
Shut up.
shirts.
Okay.
If it's not accredited, how do you get your diploma?
You can get a diploma from an unaccredited school.
But does that count as a high school diploma?
Well, this is K through 12, so, you know.
Yeah, you get a high school diploma from K through 12.
I just figured
You can
like,
have
the
a
state of
diploma.
California has to recognize it as a school, right?
Well, like you're not eligible for student aid or things like that
Oh.
because the government only gives grants to accredited places. But I
Gotcha.
mean, you can get a diploma. Anybody can print up a diploma. It's where all these online schools, half the time, they're like, oh, it turns out it was a scam because there's no way to verify,
What you're learning.
the
Okay.
education or anything like that.
But that's
So
true even if it is an accredited school. People can cheat their way through school.
You can, but if you have a diploma that says Harvard on it, nobody's going to ask you a lot of questions.
If
you
I'm
have
gonna
one-
ask even
if you-
more questions.
If you have one that says Donda Academy, they're going to go, what the hell is this?
If you have a diploma from Harvard, I'm going to be like, okay, how'd you get into that school? Did you try hard or are your parents rich? Oh, both?
both,
Good for
yeah.
you. That's
One of
all
those-
my questions.
One of those dudes just killed himself. One of those varsity blues guys that paid to get his daughter into college. He's killed himself.
Really?
Yeah. So all that money is going to go to that kid. Ironically, she never needed the college diploma to begin with.
She had what she needed after all.
It was there in front of her the whole time.
That's so awful.
So imagine sending your kid to Kanye West's unaccredited Christian school for $15,000 a year.
I don't know, man.
It's got to be a Ponzi scheme. Who in their right mind does that?
It was 100 students too.
Yeah,
What's that math?
Don't.
it's hard to say.
I hate
It's
you.
really, really hard to say.
I had 2 zeros.
$15,000 per student,
I had 2 zeros.
100 students. So don't
So-
tell me. Let me work this out. So
Where do the zeros go, though?
At the end.
0,
Not in-
0,
not-
0,
no, not
1.
before.
Let me do this. Okay, so 150. So 15,000.
Go.
Shh, shh, shh. So 15. Whisper like Bill at the Pumpkins concert. Okay, so $15,000 per student times 100 students and 13 full-time teachers. So
They're not paying to be there.
shh, we don't know that. They signed 9 disclosure agreements. We don't know anything about them. So, okay, carry the 2.
No 2s.
Hold on. Carry the.
There's
boy,
nothing's
this is-
carried. Just add 2
Carry
zeros
the
to the end
2.
of
It's like
15,000.
$1.5 million.
Hey!
Man, that's a lot of money.
Good job.
That's a pittance for that guy. Why even charge people if you're not even like grossing $1.5 million off that school? Who knows how much
Maybe
profit
it's a
is?
money laundering effort.
I don't know, whatever. But imagine you're going to this school or you're one of these teachers and you're like, okay, now we got to find you a new school because we were so dumb we put you in Kanye's. Gee, who could have seen that going awry? Kanye West's unaccredited Christian school.
That's a better name than Donda Academy.
I think so too. It's unclear what will happen to the students enrolled at Donda Academy, but his own children don't go there.
Well, it's because Kim won't allow it.
Right. So, yeah, things are not going well there. I've got to take a break. I'll come back and I'll have Steve Trevino tickets for you. He's a comedian doing a show in January at the Agora. If you want to go see him, I'll hook you up. And then another $1,000 at 3:30. And starting at 3:30, we're going to start giving away Smashing Pumpkins tickets for people who are coming up to our window, know their Pumpkins trivia, and other dumb things. And you can get out of here with a couple of lower bowl tickets. And I got that VIP pair that I'm going to give away as well. You will have to answer Billy Corgan's own trivia question, though. So we'll start doing that shortly. We'll have Poundcake out there with a wireless. But we'll take a break here. 35192 if you want to text.
This is the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or whatever smart device you have. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio Alter Ego 2023.
Presented by Capital One.
LA Alter Ego.
Featuring
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Standing in line to see the show tonight. Fall Out Boy.
Jack White.
What's the trick? Muse will be on the stage. No one's gonna take me alive.
Phoenix. Churches.
Beach Weather.
And Rosalind.
Alter, hell yeah, you want to go?
Ego 2023. Presented by Capital One.
So this year we had to set the bar even higher.
Tickets go on sale tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific at Ticketmaster.com.
You can experience Red Hot Chili Peppers.
We are so happy that they are here.
Fall Out Boy. Jack White. Muse. Phoenix.
Churches.
Beach Weather. And Rosalind.